Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into the really profound ideas of Ekkhart Tolle, and we're going to try and answer a huge question. How do we find some calm, some stillness, not off on some mountain retreat, but right here, in the middle of our busy, often pretty chaotic lives?
So let's just start with a question, and I'm guessing a lot of us can relate to this. Does your mind ever feel like a radio station that's just always on? You know, this constant stream of chatter and commentary that you just can't seem to turn off.
Yeah, if this looks even a little bit familiar, you are definitely not alone. The source material has a name for this state. It calls it object consciousness. It's that feeling when our minds are just so full of thoughts, problems, and all this external stuff that we completely lose our sense of inner balance and peace.
Okay, so let's really dig into this problem, because according to the source material, getting a handle on this mental clutter is the absolute first step to finding any freedom from it.
So the way the source material frames this is really as a fundamental shift in our awareness. We're sort of invited to move from being lost in object consciousness, the nonstop stream of thoughts and things, to discovering what's called space consciousness. Now, this isn't about trying to empty your mind. It's just about becoming aware of the quiet space in which all those thoughts are happening.
So, what's the antidote to all this mental noise? Well, the good news is, it's not about fighting with your thoughts. It's actually about discovering a dimension within yourself that's, believe it or not, always been there, just kind of waiting for you to notice it.
See, this inner space, it's not something you have to go out and build or achieve. It's really just the realization that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that is observing those thoughts. It's like the silent background that all the noise of life happens against.
And this quote it points to a timeless spiritual truth, right? So often we're looking for peace and fulfillment out there, in our next achievement or a relationship or some new possession. The big, profound shift happens when we realize the source of all that has actually been inside us the whole time.
Now, I know this might all be sounding a bit abstract, but what's so powerful about this is how incredibly practical it is. The source material gives us these simple, amazing ways to access this inner space in any given moment. So let's explore how that actually works.
You don't need to go sit on a meditation cushion for an hour. The source is super clear on this. The gateway to presence is always available. Just a single conscious breath is enough to create a little gap in that non-stop stream of thinking.
Let's try it right now, just for a second. Can you shift your attention away from whatever you're thinking about and just onto the physical sensation of your breath? Just feel the air coming into your body, filling your lungs.
And now pay really close attention to this part. As you breathe out, there's this tiny pause, a little moment of complete stillness right before the next breath begins. Can you notice it? That brief, silent pause right there, that's it. That is the inner space. It's that formless, peaceful awareness we've been talking about. It really is that simple, and it's always there for you.
Okay, so besides the breath, there's another really powerful anchor to the present moment. It's the feeling of aliveness within your own body.
So let's try this other gateway. See if you can feel a subtle tingling or a sense of aliveness in your hands. Now try to bring that same awareness down to your feet. When you gently just rest your attention inside your body like this, you're literally pulling energy away from your mind's endless chatter and anchoring yourself right here in the present moment. Okay, so here's where it gets really crucial. How does this inner shift totally change the way we move through the outer world? It's not about stopping what you're doing. It's about transforming the doing by changing your state of being.
The source material lays out these three powerful states of awakened doing: acceptance, enjoyment, and enthusiasm. The idea is that any action, anything, from washing the dishes to running a company, that isn't infused with one of these three, well, it creates an inner resistance. And that's what leads to stress and suffering.
This is such a powerful distinction. Both stress and enthusiasm can feel like high-energy states, right? But where that energy comes from is completely different. The driver for stress is wanting to be somewhere else. It's basically a fight with the present moment. But the driver for enthusiasm is a deep enjoyment of the journey itself. You're aligning your energy with the creative flow of life. In all of this, it's all leading to the ultimate purpose that's described in the source material, which is realizing that you're not some separate, isolated fragment, but you're an integral part of the whole thing.
So the source puts forward this idea that we have two purposes in life. Our primary purpose is all internal. It's simply to awaken, to be present. Our outer purpose, our job, our goals, all the stuff we do, that's secondary. And when our actions start to flow from that awakened inner state, that's when they become truly powerful and effective.
And this is just such a beautiful metaphor. It completely flips our whole perspective. We stop seeing ourselves as this separate dancer who's struggling with life. Instead, we realize we are an expression of life. You're not separate from the dance. You are the dance.
So as we wrap this up, the final takeaway isn't just another thought to add to your collection, it's more of an invitation. Right now, underneath any thoughts or feelings you might have, can you just sense the still, silent, yet really alive presence that is your true self? That awareness, well, that's both the beginning and the end of the journey.